to?
Today I will be giving a presentation on how during the difficult times of a global pandemic, businesses can continue to have successful internships by explaining the strategies that they may implement. Starting off, I would like to talk about the use of micro-internships within businesses. With COVID-19 regulations making it difficult to have internship programs this year, businesses are turning to a new solution called micro-internships. Micro-internships can be done completely virtual any time of the year. They are paid internships that give the intern the workload that of a new hire. The intern is placed with the company and regularly reports to the supervisor that they are given. The intern usually contacts their supervisor via video call, phone call, or instant messenger. Micro-internships are anywhere between 5 to 40 hours of work and are specific project-based positions. So now I'm going to talk about the advantages versus the disadvantages of having micro-internships within your business. Starting with the advantages, the use of micro-internships. The first advantage is they can be done completely online so that the company doesn't have to worry about COVID or following any of the regulations. Next, it allows for college students and graduate students to get the experience in their field of work to highlight it on their resumes during this difficult year. Also, it allows for interns to work globally. So since the internships are made completely virtual, people can work with companies all over the world. For example, the International Science and Technology Initiatives, or MISTI, works with international partners to create hundreds of micro-internships each year. These micro-internships allow for students to get a feel for their career path and build professional networks they can maintain while getting paid. Moving on to the disadvantages. The disadvantages of implementing virtual micro-internships are interns may not be able to access the technology needed to complete their work. Also, the company would be responsible for keeping the technology and programs up to date. So any programs that they use, they would have to make sure that they are up to date and that the technology is also up to date. Money would also play a factor in having successful micro-internships. Since the business would have to employ people to be in charge of the internships, so that would be a salary, they would have to pay people a salary and pay for computer programs that need to be used. Finally, since interns wouldn't physically be in the company building, they would get very little exposure to company cultures. They would not be able to actually meet people and understand what the inner workings of the company is like. Moving on to examples of micro-internships, there are many different micro-internships available. The first example for these internships is data entry. Since businesses have to input data on a regular basis, interns can work as data entry operators, transferring data from other formats into certain computer files. Another example is business analytics interns who use computer software and data to draft business processes and strategies to help the business reach their goals. My final example is social media and web designers that create online profiles for the business. Any of these internships could easily be made completely virtual due to the fact that they are all technology-based. Moving on to strategies business can implement to make sure that their online internships will be successful and interns stay engaged. The first strategy is having an internship coordinator within the business. This will give interns a direct point of contact with the business. The coordinator may be a manager, supervisor, or online instructor. Also, this will allow interns to get the feedback they need while being online. In a study done by Office 5, an employee engagement firm found that nearly 65% of employees want feedback. Having an internship coordinator will allow interns to get the direct feedback they want and need to be successful. The biggest issue with virtual internships is that interns will not get the real-world experience since they are not in a building working with other people directly. A strategy business can put in place to fix this is incorporating real-world activities. Incorporating things such as simulations, case studies, and branching scenarios, and online training can give virtual interns the real-world experience that they would be lacking. Also, for interns in training, the use of online training activities allows them to get the experience that of an in-person shadow as if they were actually in the building. Next, I'm going to talk about the strategy of creating written work plans. So since virtual interns cannot get the instructions for their work face-to-face, so often online this could get misconstrued what the intern actually needs to do. It is important that there are precise work plans so that interns can know exactly what work that they must complete. This will allow for interns to manage their work more effectively, which overall helps the business because more work will be getting done. So now I'm going to talk about some of the technology resources that can be used during these internships. And first of all, we're going to talk about meetings. So virtual meetings can be made more effective with video call apps such as GoToMeeting, Zoom, FaceTime, or WebEx. Next, I'm going to move on to project management tools. There are also programs that allow for supervisors to project manage and let interns know what their tasks are to complete. Some of these programs are Asana, Open Project, and Task, and Monday. Next, I'm going to move on to online file sharing. To make online file sharing easier, there are programs such as Google Suite, Dropbox, and Box. And then finally, with communication tools, communication and feedback is essential in successful internships and must be done in a professional way. To aid in this, there are communication apps like Slack, email, or Instant Messenger that allows the supervisor to contact their intern professional. Now I'm going to move on to some internship facts. Data from students who have done internships during college show that paid internships lead to job offers right out of college. The data shows that 60% of the time, paid internships turn into job offers. So here on our chart, the green is the paid internships in the 60%. Although unpaid internship percentage is way less, with only 36% of internships turning into job offers, it is a way better chance, so we have the 36% in the red over here, than the 1%, right here in the yellow, of students who get them because they had no internship experience at all. So internships are vital in getting job offers right after college. This data proves the importance of internships for college students to get the experience they need in their line of work. This slide concludes my presentation about the inner workings of online internships. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day.